There's a new RAND report. It came out after my book was written. It found it costs 4 times as much, more than 4 times actually, per square foot to produce publicly subsidized affordable housing. So the public affordable housing that I think the left supports in California, as it costs to produce a square foot of market rate housing in Texas. This is to both of you. Maybe I'll start with you, Saikat, because you're in California. Why do you think that is?
Process is a big part of the problem. But I don't actually think it's just going to be process that'll fix it. Because what we see is often financing is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like last year, a bunch of construction projects in San Francisco got stalled because interest rates went up. So construction loans got very expensive. And our current approach to that is throwing our hands up and saying, well, I guess that's too bad. But it's why it's really key that we have public financing institutions to try to make sure this stuff moves along and keeps happening. We can't have just this one solution. There's going to be so many bottlenecks that come in the way. Like, even if we fix the financing, there might be something else that pops up, right? So it's this whole other mindset we really need to get into to try to figure out how to make sure the houses get built.
Zephyr, what's your take on this?
I have some initial thoughts on housing, but I actually think there's a lot of areas of overlap on housing, that we both agree that there are actually significant problems with zoning. My suspicion is that there is a decent amount of problem in the concentration in the home building market and in some of the supplies for construction market. I don't know if that's different in those different areas.
It just
I don't
seems
know if
unlikely to me that California would be much more
Yeah.
porous to corporate power than Texas.
Yeah, but I actually suspect, I don't need to fight you on particular housing policies that you're deep in the weeds of, on zoning policies.
No,
And I think your theory, as I understand it, is that the main reason for the cost difference is left-wing resistance.
The reason I bring it up is I actually think power is incredibly important here.
Okay.
But power is very much related to process. And I think we all would probably agree that the way we do regulations now has created this feasting capacity for special interests. Sometimes that's corporations, sometimes it's unions, sometimes it's local homeowners, sometimes it's people I am allied with, sometimes it's people I'm not allied with. But what it isn't is visible. And the more you have process that is complex and delay-oriented, but also in the shadows, you have to know the planning meeting is happening, you have to know how the notice and comment period works, the more I think what you have done is open your system to all kinds of capture.